Shivangi set out towards Maharaj's palace at night. The Maharaj had ordered that they would have dinner together today, so she walked slowly towards the palace. The night atmosphere was calm. Moonlight was scattered over the tall domes of the palace, and the flames of the torches burning all around were gently swaying with the breeze. In that serene environment, the sound of Shivangi's footsteps was clearly audible. As soon as the guards saw the princess approaching, they quickly made way for her and respectfully bowed. Shivangi lightly nodded her head in acknowledgement and walked towards the dining area without saying anything. A servant was standing at the door of the dining area. As soon as he saw the princess, he immediately opened the door. The heavy wooden door slowly creaked open, and Shivangi stepped inside. Once inside, she saw that the Maharaj was already present and was discussing some serious matter with Yadavji. There was a serious atmosphere in the room. The expressions on both their faces indicated that they were deliberating on an important topic. Shivangi stepped forward, and with great respect, bowed her head and said, "Greetings to the Maharaj." As soon as the Maharaj saw the princess, his attention immediately shifted to her. Even at this moment, he was dressed in his royal attire, but Shivangi was wearing comfortable clothes. Seeing this, he paused for a moment in thought. Whenever Shivangi came to meet the Maharaj, or to dine with him, she was always particularly dressed up. She paid special attention to her clothes and jewelry, but this time it was different. It seemed as if she had not given this meeting any special importance. Shaking off his thoughts, the Maharaj gestured for Shivangi to sit down. Shivangi was about to sit on a chair, placed a little distance from the Maharaj, when he indicated for her to sit beside him. Shivangi hesitated for a moment. A mix of shyness and surprise flashed in her eyes. She thought for a moment, and then, without saying anything, went and sat on the chair indicated by the Maharaj. As soon as they sat down, the servants quickly began to serve the food. When Shivangi looked at the food, she realized that most of the dishes had been prepared, keeping her preferences in mind. Her favorite dishes, her preferred sweets, and even those special delicacies she had loved since childhood were present. Still, she pretended as if she hadn't noticed any of it. After the food was served, Shivangi glanced at the Maharaj. No one could start eating until the Maharaj began. The Maharaj sensed this and gestured to Shivangi, after which she started eating without saying anything. For a few moments, only the soft sounds of utensils could be heard. Then the Maharaj initiated a conversation and said, "The food is well made, isn't it? Did you like it?" Shivangi looked at him in surprise. This question was unexpected for her. Generally, the Maharaj did not ask such personal questions during meals. She simply nodded her head without saying anything. The Maharaj then said, "We are glad to hear that you liked the food. We had specifically ordered it to be prepared according to your taste." Hearing this, Shivangi was momentarily stunned. What had suddenly happened to the Maharaj? He had never been like this before. Why this change? As she was pondering this in her mind, she noticed the Maharaj looking at her, waiting for her reaction. With a slight smile, Shivangi humbly said, "Maharaj, thank you for the dinner. We liked the food very much. We didn't think the Maharaj would have so much time to pay attention to our preferences. Still, thank you from the heart for thinking so much about us, Maharaj." Saying this, she lightly bowed her head. Seeing Shivangi repeatedly address him as Maharaj in her overly formal behavior, the Maharaj chuckled lightly and said, "We are not in the office, nor in any assembly, so why are you calling us Maharaj?" Shivangi was a bit taken aback by this. Still, she kept her tone calm and cool and said, "Maharaj is addressed as Maharaj, isn't he?" Saying this, she looked at Yadavji. Yadavji did not understand the situation and stood silently. He lowered his gaze, as if it was not appropriate to intervene in this conversation. Hearing Shivangi's words, the Maharaj understood that this change would not happen so quickly. She would need time. He did not say anything more to Shivangi on this matter. After a while, he asked, "Do you want to ask us something? Is there something you wish to tell us?" The Maharaj was being unusually talkative today. This surprised Shivangi, as the Maharaj usually spoke very little. He rarely spoke more than 10 words at a time, but today he was talking so much. Shivangi looked at the Maharaj and asked directly, Why is such a big preparation being made for our birthday this time? Hearing this, a slight smile appeared on the Maharaja's lips. He said, Because we had to do it for you. Shivangi then said, We do not want to celebrate our birthday in a grand manner. We know that our mother passed away on our birthday, and we were left alone. That is why we do not want such a big celebration. As soon as Shivangi mentioned Saraswati, the Maharaj stared at her. A deep emotion suddenly surfaced in his eyes, which was difficult to express in words. After a moment of silence, he said in a serious tone, There is no connection between her death and your birth, so do not hold yourself responsible for anything else in this way. Hearing this, Shivangi lost herself in thought, as if an old wound had been reopened. Unknowingly, she murmured, It is not so, Maharaj. If that day, Mother had not given birth to us, she could have saved herself, but because of us she became weak, and her spiritual strength diminished. That is why she was not able to protect herself, and that was the reason for her death. The biggest reason is only us. Her voice trailed off, as if she were confessing this to herself. The guilt that had been buried in her eyes for years was clearly visible. Hearing her words, the Maharaj was stunned. For a moment, all expressions vanished from his face. Then anger began to rise in his eyes. His face hardened. In a heavy and angry voice, he said, Who told you all this? His voice echoed throughout the room. Who had the audacity to say such things to our daughter? The Maharaj almost stood up from his chair. There was a fierce anger visible in his eyes. Tell us their names, Shivangi. Hearing the Maharaja's voice filled with anger, Shivangi suddenly came out of her trance. His words were still echoing in her ears. Our daughter, Shivangi. Her heart began to beat rapidly. Something was changing, something she could not understand. The Maharaja's behavior, his affection, his anger. Was all this just a father's concern? Or was there some truth hidden behind it that had been buried in darkness for years? Was the Maharaja's changed behavior hinting at a bigger secret? Did Shivangi's mother's death involve a deep conspiracy? Why did Shivangi feel that all of this had been predetermined? To find out, read the next chapter.